Dear student, I am Lalit Chaturvedi. Today we will take up part digestion in frog of class 11th biology. The learning objective of today's session are to help you learn about digestive system in frog, to enable you to understand the process of digestion, to help you understand the structure alimentary canal, to help you role of glands in digestive digestion. What are the parts of the alimentary canal? Very simple question. If you see in frog, we have found part of alimentary canal are following: mouth, buccal cavity, pharynx, oesophagus, stomach, small intestine, large intestine, cloaca. So first of all, we have to start about the mouth. Inside of mouth, we have seen buccal cavity, teeth and tongue. One by one, we are going to learn about it. The alimentary canal start with mouth. It is very wide gap extension from one side of the snout of to other. The two bony jaw are found in the mouth and jaw are covered by the immovable lips. The upper jaw is fixed while the lower jaw is flexible. It can move up and down to open or close the mouth. Buccal cavity. The mouth open into buccal cavity, which is wide, large and shallow. It comprises ciliated columnar epithelium lining, which has the mucus gland, and these glands secrete mucus, which adds in food lubrication. The frog don't have salivary gland. Teeth. The lower jaw does not have teeth, but it occur in row of either side on the maxilla and premaxillary bones of the upper jaw. Teeth are pointed backward. There are two more patches of the teeth seen on one side, either side, or of the median line of the roof of the buccal cavity, called Bommerine teeth. The bombers also comprise two groups of the Bommerine teeth. These teeth are not utilized to check how escape the captured prey. The upper jaw has row closely set, uniform, small and hook-like pointed teeth. Teeth are similar in shape. They are homodont. It is curved backward and the jointed to the bones rather than being fixed to the socket. Each of teeth is conial in shape, comprise two parts: the crown, front part of the tooth, and base. The base is fixed with jawbone and comprise bone-like matter. About the tongue. The tongue is frog is large, quickly muscular, and prostable. It is found the base mouth cavity. The anterior end of it attached to the inner border of the lower jaw, while the posterior end of the buffet and free. The upper surface has taste bud forming small papillae and mucus gland, of which secretion cause the tongue to be sticky. Digestive enzymes are neither produced by mucus gland or nor taste bud. Now about the pharynx. Uh, the buccal cavity taper behind the pharynx. This is turned often through the gullet into the oesophagus. The pharynx and the buccal cavity at the time are referred to as buccalopharynx cavity. Oesophagus, the gullet direct into word, short and muscular section of alimentary canal, referred oesophagus. They open into the stomach. There is no demarcation line formed between the stomach and esophagus. About the stomach. It is present on the left side of the body cavity, which is attached to the dorsal body wall by a mesogastric. Digestion of the ignited food occur with the assistance of some digestive enzymes, which are secreted by digestive glands found in their walls. They are in form of curved and wide tube found between the intestine and esophagus. The stomach can split into two parts: the short, narrow posterior pyrolic stomach and large, wider anterior cardiac stomach. Hydrochloric acid is secreted by unicellular oxytocin glands. The pyloric end of stomach is narrowed, the open into small intestine sealed by the circular ring-like muscles sphincter which regulate the food passage from stomach to intestine. Now we have to learn about the intestine. So intestine divided into two parts: small intestine and large intestine. The anterior part of small intestine curve upward forming a U with the stomach, that is duodenum. The other part of it continuously as the ileum, which is called a common hepatopancreatic duct open into the duodenum from liver and pancreas, which bring the pancreatic and bile juice. The muscular lining of the small intestine, a part of intestine gland, comprise two type of cell: goblet cell and absorbing cell. The goblet cell producing the mucus and absorbing cell specialized to absorb the food. Large intestine. The ileum form is narrow, long coiled tube where is lower end direct into the structure of large intestine. Last part is rectum. The intestine mucus lining of the ileum form many longitudinal folds. The glands, true villi, and crypt of the higher vertebrates are not seen. It is in the part of the absorption and digestion of food occur. The lower terminal leads the cloaca by the sphincter anus. Their muscular lining goes on the form of the low longitudinal folds. Cloaca. These are the tiny sac-like structure receive the opening of anus and the urinogenital apparatus. The cloaca lead to exterior through the cloacal opening or vent located at the posterior end of the cavity. Now we have to know how to food is digested. So first of all we know how to frog can take the food inside. After the prey is trapped by the buccal cavity, it will be able to escape because presence of hook-like inward directly maxillary and vomerine teeth. Then the form of buccal cavity, it is the pushed into the esophagus by the contraction and pharyngeal wall. Then the parasystolic due to contraction and dilation of the muscular wall, esophagus is pushed into stomach. Digestion in buccal cavity. First of all, how kind digestion can be seen. Since the buccal cavity covered with epithelium, lack any digestive glands, and capture prey and frog is neither subjected to any mastication or nor chemical action in the buccal cavity. Prey from the buccal cavity is pushed directly into esophagus, wherein physical changes are experienced as a result of constant parasystolic movement of the bowel. A part of the mucous gland, the esophagus, to secrete enzyme pepsin. However, digestion does not occur as they are not active until the reach of stomach. The mucus causes the active food to become inactive and soft, hence make the passage easier. Now gastric digestion. The food reaches in the stomach as a result of esophagus relaxation and contraction. The stomach involves chemical alternation, mechanical mixing, and storage. When the food arrives at the stomach, the so-called peristaltic movement allow food to push down the disintegrated and into the small fragments and mix thoroughly with the help of gastric juice secreted by the gastric gland found the internal lining of stomach. The gland produce their secretion when they are activated by the hormone gastrin produced by stomach wall. When food comes to the stomach, gastric glands secrete gastric juice which comprise large quantity of water, the inactive pepsinogen enzyme, and free hydrochloric acid. Inactive pepsinogen, upon being mixed with hydrochloric acid, change into active pepsin, and acid is functional in the prevention bacterial decomposition and dissolving inorganic salt, making the food softer. Pepsin of the stomach and esophagus act on the protein of food and change into peptones and protease. Food after being in the stomach 2 to 3 hours is chewed thoroughly and mixed by the contraction of muscles and stomach wall form a thick creamy acid fluid referred to as chyme. The muscular contraction of wall of stomach force the chyme to pass small intestine by a pyloric valve into the duodenum. Now we have to know digestion and intestine. Once food enter in the duodenum, it get acidic because of HCl is secreted by the oxytocin cell of the gastric gland of the stomach. The acid found in the food trigger the duodenum to produce hormone cholecystokinin and secretin. The pass through the blood reaches the pancreas and liver. The secretion trigger the pancreas to produce pancreatic juice. The cholecystokinin trigger the gallbladder to produce bile juice. The pancreatic juice is secreted side by side into duodenum by a hypopancreatic duct, which is the common. Simultaneously, the intestinal mucosa to secrete intestinal juice, referred to as enterocytes, using the hormone enterokinase. Constitutionally, three substances into the intestine mix up with the food success enterokinase, pancreatic juice, and bile juice, which act on the food to thoroughly digest it. After digestion, absorption can be formed. So, in the absorption, the finally after digestion, the absorptive surface of seen in the fold-wise increase in the presence villi-like structure in a small intestine. Each villi is supplied rich blood, capillaries, and lacteal lymph uh, vessels, minerals, salt, water, and other nutrients are absorbed directly through the mucus. The glucose, amino acid, and fructose pass by the diffusion from the mucosa into the blood capillaries of the intestine, reaching the liver through the hepatic portal. When the liver maintains the steady supply of the needed amount of the amino acid and sugar into the blood. Excess sugar as the glycogen is the stored, but excess amino acid can't be reserved. Hence, the converted into urea by the liver cell, discarded as urine in the kidney. If there is a drop in the level of sugar concentration from the normal in blood, and reserve glycogen is altered into glucose by the liver cell and sent to blood. From blood, cells take up the needed amino acid for the synthesis of protein forming protoplasm. The fatty acid and glycerol pass into the lymph vessels, referred to as a lacteal. Glycerol can be easily absorbed as they are water soluble. However, fatty acid can't be absorbed as they are water insoluble. Hence, before fatty acid are absorbed, they are mixed with bile salt to make them soluble so that they can be absorbed. Once absorption occurs in the lacteal, the fatty acid and glycerol are converted again into globules and smaller molecules. As a result, the fat enters as a glycerol and the fatty acid into blood through the lymph vessels. Now, assimilation in frog. Different cell from the blood take the amount of different digestive food require either to be used to provide energy or burned in new protoplasm. This is the assimilation. The conversion of the digestive food into new protoplasm brought about the vitamins, the mineral salt to go forming part of the protoplasm. Digestion of undigested food in frog. It is the small intestine that absorption and digestion of are completed. The ingested food enter the rectum through the peristaltic for the formation of the storage passage. The leukocyte, old epithelium cells, bile pigment, and hug number of bacteria from the passage, which are the discarded timely through the cloacal opening. Now it is time what we have understand about the digestive system in frog, about the process of digestion, about the assimilation of frog, about the role of digestive gland. So it is time about the assignment. So questions are like, how many glands are responsible to digest food in frog? What is last part of alimentary canal? Which acid secret in stomach and expand CCK? Uh, with this, we have now